Game on.
Welcome, fellow travelers, to Play Like You Can. December's winding down, and I thought I'd redo a Kindle video. Thanks to this magic little cord right here, I can connect my Kindle to a HDD TV and show you a game that I think you all might be interested in. Very quickly, Mansions of Madness is an old board game. Think role-playing game combined with a Monopoly board. So it's a little bit more complicated than our traditional, say, playing Monopoly, which is available obviously all over the place, Amazon and whatnot, as far as the board game is concerned, and they moved it to digital. You can get it, I believe, on Steam. If not, it's a free PC download, and it also is available on the Kindle store. So I figured I'd like to give you guys a little exposure to that because I thought it was pretty cool. So let's get to it. Alright, basically you are commanding a series of a team of 5, men or women, all women, it's up to you, to investigate paranormal activity. And it's definitely set in an earlier time. You know, you see landlines, old phones, you don't see computers, you don't see people texting. Think kind of the time period that maybe the H.P. Lovecraft stories were set in is kind of what you'd be dealing with. And there are 5 scenarios you can deal with, and the difficulties at the bottom. I'm going to just show you the first one, which is Cycle of Eternity. After a rash of disappearances, your investigation brings you to the Vanderbilt Mansion. During a meeting of a particular astronomical society, can you unravel the mystery before the cycle of eternity turns once more? And I was able to do it, so obviously, you got to figure the learning curve factor is not that high. Alright, we are choosing this one. And we are selecting investigation. And as I said, you can pick a team of 5. You can pick all men, some women. Honestly, outside of the board game, I couldn't tell you the significance. Each of these characters obviously has their strengths and their weaknesses. And, if you were doing a TV show or movie, obviously you'd have a balanced group of everyone you could be involved with. So we are going to pick this guy here, this guy here, this lady here, this guy here, and this lady here. And then you have what are called starting items, and in this case you have brass knuckles, which honestly I don't know why you would be wanting to hit some of these things, because they're not things you want to be hitting. And then you've got holy water, you've got a kerosene lantern, so we're definitely talking old school storylines. We have a King James Bible, very old school, very old school, and instill bravery. So obviously one of these characters is good at getting people to snap out of being scared out of their wits. And then you continue with the setup process, going into the loading screen. This is not dead, which can eternal life, and with strange eons, even death may die. Which is, of course, from H.P. Lovecraft, which this particular thing is based on. we go. Your car rattles up the uneven drive, pulling to a stop in front of the estate. Several cars and carriages are parked along the drive. However, the butler who contacted you is nowhere to be seen. You knock on the large oak door to no response. Fearing something has happened, you try the handle, and the door swings open into a lavish carriageway. Place the entry hall marker and bathroom tiles in the wall as indicated. This obviously would make a little more sense if you consider this is, like I said, based on a board game, so you'd be kind of setting up the room, in other words. Alright, moving along. You step into the warmth of the house. A strange stillness hangs in the air, and your footsteps echo through the quiet entrance. Place your investigator figures as indicated. Nice ambience of music. On the left wall of the entry hall sits a table with a small pile of papers. Place a search token as indicated. A mysterious painting of a nighttime landscape dominates the right wall of the entry. Place a scratch token as indicated. The silence is broken by the muffled shouts and sounds of a crashing pots and pans coming from the door on your right. Place an explore token as indicated. You notice a shelf stacked with books and other objects nearby. Pushing in front of the door could prevent someone from coming through. Place a barricade as indicated. And just as a side note, barricades are pretty much you can't pass through them. And they're set up on, if you were obviously playing the real board game, those are the areas you can't go through. You aren't going to go flying through those. The monsters or whatnot aren't going to go flying through those. That's pretty much, that's a wall and you're not going through it. The hall continues deeper into the mansion. Place a sight token as indicated. An investigator in the hall counter 3 may reveal the adjacent area. Further doors lead into the mansion. Place explore tokens as indicated. You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade the door should the need arise. Place a barricade as indicated. Something I had not also realized in looking at the board game instructions is that obviously if you have to, you could barricade yourself into the room to prevent a monster or whatnot from getting in. Since combat of sort is possible, though first time I played, I managed just to be away from the monsters in general because that's just the way it worked out. So I didn't really have to fight them. And this is what's called the investigator phase. You have 5 investigators. The little fish-like object in the corner is kind of saying your phase is done. We'll do a little bit and kind of let the monsters of sorts have a little bit of advantage this time, just to kind of show you. Like I said, nice ambience of music. If you can hear that, that's kind of cool and potentially creepy. The graphics are not too bad as far as looking down at it Diablo style, which is not my favorite, but at least you're not having to move a character, you're just having to interact with the room, which is very possible. So we are going to say an investigator is going to check out the site token and see what we can learn from that. The hall continues deeper into the mansion. An investigator in the hall corner 3 may reveal the adjacent area. And obviously we want to reveal. Ooh. The hall continues from the bathroom hall towards the side of the mansion. Place the hall end tile as indicated and disregard all Explore or cite tokens leading to it. Alright. Someone acting in a hurry has knocked over a stack of papers. Place a search token as indicated. 3 doors lead to other rooms of the mansion. Place explore tokens as indicated. Obviously, for someone who kind of likes to explore of sorts, there is a lot to check out. Obviously, if you remember, the bottom, we'll say it looks like a lantern. The right-hand bottom lantern was where noises were coming from. I happen to know what those noises are, so I'm not going to rush over there just because it wasn't quite that interesting. Let's look at the, I guess you'd call it the question mark token, because they never put those there randomly. Let's see what pile of papers sits on a table. Of course, I'm going to be nosy and search through it. The papers stacked on the table are imitations marked with today's date. The stars have come around to their positions in the cycle of eternity. The Vanderbilt Astronomy Association cordially invites you as a celebratory evening. Gain 1 clue, then discard this search token. And obviously in the board game, excuse me, you only have a limited number of search tokens, so you'd want to use them wisely, even with 5 investigators. Alright, we could go through one of the doors. I think we're going to do a little bit more searching just for fun. A mysterious painting of a landscape under the night sky overlooks the lavish entryway. Search. Shadowy figures can be seen amongst the landscape. However, something in the stars catches your interest. I'm not going to lie, I don't pretend to know this part of the game super well. I just figured, you know, it's probably in the part of the board game you'd be rolling a pair of dice, so I figured I'm going to go with 2 plus. That made more sense than minus, and we confirm. You identify several of the specks of lights in the skies as planets. They are all occupying the same association section of the sky, as if coming into alignment, not unlike the planets in the sky tonight. Beneath the painting, a plaque reads, "In memory of Lilith Vanderbilt. Gain 2 clues, then disregard this search token." Alright. Stack of papers has been strewn about the floor. Well, we're going to search because we're nosy as hell. Amidst the mundane paperwork, you find a weathered page covered in a strange script. Someone has scrawled a note in English across the top of the page. Speak these words for great power. And since we're dumbasses, we're going to recite the words. There we go. The eldish words take on the life of their own as you speak them, reshaping your mind with new understanding of the script you are looking at. The light flicker, and you hear a whispering in your ear, "Power comes with a price." Gain the Witcher spell, then disregard the search token. Okay. Now, I was able to get going significantly, really. My investigator phase seemed to last forever, so, and I'm sure that's not necessarily how it was intended. So at this point, we are going to, for the purpose of the game, give it a break. And the investigator phase? Yes, because we want to have the game have a chance mythos phase, which is kind of light and shadow cease, create distracting patterns on the walls. This mythos even affects the investigators with the lowest something. You try to discern what made their worrisome shadows. If you pass, you can identify it as a harmless, mundane object outside the window. If you fail, you conjure up imagine answers for worse, far worse than the truth. become dazed. Alright, like I said, so you can pretty much explore anywhere you want. For the sake of argument, we're gonna go right here to this door. The door leads to a small front room of the mansion. Obviously, yes, I do want to explore. A warmly lit room greets you as you swing open the door. A pool table takes up most of the room, and a small bar stocked with bootleg liquor is tucked into the corner next to the door. Disregard this explore token and place the billiard room tile as indicated. Basically, you're, putting your search tile down, setting the billiard room up, clue style. And obviously this room rocks because it has a pool table and illegal liquor, so, and I'm not a big liquor person by nature, but even I would have to admit, okay, this room is nice. Alright, behind the bar, a large chest catches your eye. Place a search token as indicated. You move one space into the explored area. You can move a number of spaces the first time. Like the board game, you can move a number of spaces. It's like rolling the dice, moving your piece. And like I said, now that I think about it, this is very much kind of a clue style of looking into a room. So that's always cool. And we are going to do a little bit more searching. A large chest is tucked behind the bar. I'd like to search, but you move to open the chest, but find it is locked with a heavy padlock. The device is sturdy, but you believe you could pick the lock. Tap to attempt the puzzle. Alright. Basically, you'll see in the middle of the screen a gray rectangular shape, which is kind of your lock. And basically, you need to move it towards the far right, which, if I'm able to do this the first few times, obviously these puzzles are not that complex. Move that guy down, or to the side, you move that one down. Clear entryway, not that difficult. Puzzle completed.